Back here on the herd, Jason McIntyre in for Colin Cowherd. We will, yes, you see that on the screen. We will talk about Klay Thompson and Golden State. Big pop on that one over the weekend. But first, we got to talk about the big game on Sunday. Not USA-Bolivia, but Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. It's becoming a thing. And I know some people are like, ooh, Jay, heavy WNBA. Listen, the drama has been very spicy between these two, dating back to the Natty in college basketball a couple years ago. That being said, yesterday, Fever, Sky, round 3. I know, regular season WNBA. Jason, what are you doing? Well, listen, the previous two incarnations had a lot of drama. You had the one girl body-checking Caitlin Clark when the ball wasn't even in play. Dirty basketball play. No place for that, and it sparked a massive debate. So, by the way, the Fever won that game. And in the second meeting, you had Angel Reese clothesline Caitlin Clark on a drive to the hoop. Was that a basketball play? Yes. Was it also kind of lacking remorse after you clobber someone in the head to not like, are you okay? Sorry about that, blah, blah, blah. Reese showed none of that. She clearly doesn't like Clark. I don't care about the knuckle bumps before the game and saying hi and blah, blah. They don't like each other. That's obvious. They're not going to say that, but that's the truth. So yesterday is round 3 in Chicago. They had a bunch of celebrities there. Jalen Brunson was courtside. There was a rapper. It was exciting. But there was one thing missing. There was no actual fisticuffs, no roller derby action. Where was it? It was actually a basketball game, and it was close. At the end, Chicago pulls it out. They were down like 12 in the fourth quarter, and Angel Reese had a great fourth quarter, just dominating inside. You know, she's got some post moves. She had 25 and 16, another double-double. But here's the thing. We don't really break down regular season NBA games, much less WNBA games. So from that point, you know, I watched the highlights. I saw the end of the game, and it was like, all right, there's not that much drama here. Good basketball, but a regular season game, not a huge story talking point. And this is where it gets interesting to me. And again, this is a difficult one to say. I know a lot of WNBA fans are going to be ticked off when I say this, but has anybody taken a peek at the Angel Reese shot chart? She is on fire right now. 8 straight double-doubles. She's shrunk the odds for Rookie of the Year. Clark is going to win, but Reese is coming after. So the Angel Reese shot chart, her baskets made are all inside the restricted area. I'm not even saying the paint. I'm saying the restricted area, right under the basket. Like there's no real offensive skill outside of putting the ball up and laying it in. Similar to early Shaq, who was just dunking everything. Shaq, though, had an impact defensively. He was blocking a lot of shots. Angel Reese has 2 block shots on the season, so she's not doing much defensively on the interior. Gobbling up rebounds and scoring inside, that's fun. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, was limited in the fourth quarter. She took 3 shots. She hit a 3 on like the first play of the fourth to open it up to a 12-point lead, and then she got the LeBron treatment, folks. I don't know if you watch this closely. Caitlin Clark getting treated like LeBron. I'm talking early LeBron in Cleveland where he had no teammates. Hey, we're not going to let LeBron beat us. And Caitlin Clark could only attempt 3 shots in the fourth quarter. And if you saw in the game-deciding play, Clark gets double-teamed. They're like, you're not getting off a shot to beat us with like 7 seconds left. She makes the right basketball play, which is what LeBron did for years. And some people, not me, criticize LeBron. He's got to take that shot. No, you've got to make the basketball play and hit the open player. Caitlin Clark teammate throws up a brick. Game over. Angel Reese, of course, is the hero now. You got the win. You finally beat Clark in the WNBA. Here's Angel Reese after the game.
I'm a dog. You can't teach that. I'm going to go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night, my teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
And listen, she had a good game. The interesting thing is, and again, I don't suggest this, but if you go online during a Clark game against Reese, it's a polarizing topic. And again, Caitlin Clark has said nothing to invite this. A lot of it was started by Reese, who is embracing the villain role. She's embracing it. And her social media account for the Chicago, for the team, they're putting out stuff about Reese and Clark. They're engaging. They're getting involved. It's become a thing. They're leaning fully into it. Nobody's running away from this, except for WNBA fans who are like, no, this is not a thing. It's a thing, folks. Now, whether or not these two can get in the playoffs, they're probably going to be fighting for like the 6, 7, 8 seed or whatever. Listen, I don't think we've ever talked about a WNBA playoff game on this show, but I can guarantee you, if Caitlin Clark is in the playoffs, we'll be doing it. If Angel Reese is, we'll see. The Sky have a pretty good team, much better than the Fever, but that's for another day, another story. Let's go to Alex Curry with the news.
Can we just appreciate that both of these ladies are living up to all of the hype, though? Like, we're talking about it weekly, sometimes daily right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I made sure I was in front of a TV to watch that game yesterday, and it was great. Let's move to the NFL, where Brock Purdy is entering year 3 with the 49ers after an extremely successful first 2 seasons in the NFL, leading San Francisco to an NFC championship and a Super Bowl appearance. Purdy entered OTAs fully healthy, and George Kittle gave his quarterback some love.
Which is really nice. He's in the building every day. He's the same guy every single day. Consistent. He's incredibly competitive. It's fun seeing him like yell at guys when we don't hit the route depth, if they have the wrong landmark. Like, he's taking control of the offense and making it his. You know, it's Kyle, and Kyle's calling the plays, but Brock's like getting guys to do what he wants them to do, which is really fun to see.
I mean, how can you not say that he's your guy? Look at what he's done for you in just his first 2 seasons, not even a full 2 seasons. First season bringing you to the NFC Championship game. Then in your second season, also coming off a major surgery, getting you all the way to the Super Bowl. But it's moments like this, when you see your top guys, everybody's buying in, everybody's believing in him, everybody is rallying around him. And if you can win over the locker room like that, that is half the battle out on the field. And then his play is great enough to get them to where they need to be if they can surround him with the right weapons. So this is the other thing too. This might be their last chance to kind of have the whole crew together again, because they have a lot of guys that are coming up on contract. We're even seeing Brandon Ayuk this offseason. A little bit of drama. Like, we don't know if we're getting him back or not yet. Take advantage of having Brock Purdy on his rookie contract. You are getting so much bang for your buck with the very last pick in the NFL draft.
So my issue with the Brock Purdy discourse, and again, I'm a Brock Purdy guy.
Okay.
So, you know, Colin will do his lists about the top 10 quarterbacks, and Purdy never makes it. And I just wonder, Alex, short of, even if he won a Super Bowl.
Oh, what's it going to take for people to, like, believe he's the guy?
Even if he won, like, let's say he had beaten Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Well, he's got the supporting cast. Alex, he has Kyle Shanahan.
Still have to get there.
He has Kyle Shanahan. Like, for whatever reason, the doubters.
Yeah.
No matter, I feel like Brock Purdy is, and I've used this comparison, people won't like it, but early career Tom Brady, who was a 6th-round pick, and it was like, well, Tom's a game manager, and then they win a couple, so he's still a game manager. He had to put up like 50 touchdowns with Randy Moss before he got the respect, all because of where he was drafted. And I can't stand that.
I mean, look at what he's done. Like, just look at the track record. Judge someone on what they've done, not where maybe they were originally projected to go. Got you to the NFC Championship game off the bench, and then got you to a Super Bowl. And the guys believe in him. You hear it from George Kittle. We heard it from Bosa talking to him a bunch. Did you ever think you were really going to be this good? He's asked him a couple of times, and you can just tell that the guys trust him. They believe in him, and if they do, that's the secret sauce to winning on top of the talent.
It feels like the counter is, but Jimmy Garoppolo, remember him? What's he doing now? He was with Kyle Shanahan. He was awesome. They went to a Super Bowl. Where's he now? Is he even in the league? I think he's like a backup, maybe with the Raiders. I don't know. Or he was last year with the Raiders. But it's like,
he's in LA.
That gives me a pause to think like, okay, Garoppolo was kind of fire with Shanahan, and then he couldn't do anything else with literally anything.
But he was injured. He was injured a lot. That Garoppolo was great when he needed to be, but he was plagued by injuries. Different. We like Brock did get injured in that NFC Championship game, but he came back, played all of last season, and brought the team to a Super Bowl. And now the 49ers are favored in every game this year. Yeah. Every game this year. There's a reason for that.
So is he? Don't get upset. Is he a top 5 quarterback in the league?
I wouldn't put him in the top 5.
So nobody would put him. Oh well, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Well, Brock Purdy got to a Super Bowl.
He did.
Had 2 comeback wins in the playoffs last year. Mm-hmm. Why is he not a top 5 guy? He finished 3rd in MVP balloting. I think Dak was 2nd.
It's interesting because it makes me think of when you were listening to Tom Brady's speech. He's given a lot of speeches recently, but when he was going into the Hall of Fame for the Patriots, he said you don't always have to be special and the most talented. You just have to want it the most and work the hardest. And I feel like, as you mentioned, you were comparing him to early Brady. I feel in that sense, he kind of has that chip on his shoulder where people don't think he's that special and might not think he's that talented. But look at what he's doing. How can you cannot deny that. You cannot deny the results of getting to the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl in your first 2 seasons. Give the man some respect.
The whole top 5 thing is a little silly. It's fun. Like, people love to debate it.
Sure, it's fun for us. It's fun for lists. But all that matters are how far are you getting in the postseason?
If you're
are you winning a ring?
Yeah, if you're watching a game with your buddies.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a top 5 quarter. Lamar Jackson's top 5. He's got 2 MVPs. Like,
okay.
All right.
What's his playoff record?
It's not good. That's for sure. Well, no, then he doesn't have receiver. And you start.
But he's also great. Like, you can be great in different ways. There are some incredible all-time players that never got to go to the chip in any sport. You know, it's just he is that guy that has figured it out.
Yeah,
and that deserves a different amount of respect.
I'm pro Purdy. We're hosting later this week.
Yeah.
And this made me think maybe I do quarterback tiers and I put Brock Purdy in the first tier, just as a big middle finger to everybody out there.
But do you actually believe that?
Why isn't he, huh?
Do you believe that?
Why not?
Yeah.
2 years, body of work.
Make the argument.
Jordan Love plays 8 games. All right, I'm getting too worked up. There's a positive one day. Sorry.
We'll save it.
Yeah.
We'll save it. Let's move to your Jets. Let's see if you're still super positive. Where Breece Hall is coming off a strong sophomore season, playing in all 17 games after tearing his ACL his rookie year. Now fully healthy, Hall wants to play up to the standards set by the NFL's best running back in Christian McCaffrey.
I feel like right now, McCaffrey's the best in the league, and to me, he sets the standard. So now, we're gonna see him week 1. It's exciting just to see where I stand and, really let everybody see my full talent now that I'm healthy. It was just cool to see him raise the market and continue to get paid, and he's still a top 10 player in this league. So. And I feel like with my talent and the team we have, I have potential to trend towards that way. So I'm just excited to, get rolling.
It's a lot of high expectations and pressure on your Jets going into this season. What are your expectations for Hall?
I think when I go to Vegas here this summer, I'll be betting him to win like Offensive Player of the Year, not MVP.
Okay.
That's an award, right? Offensive Player of the Year. I'm almost certain it is. I saw some stats on Hall with no quarterbacks last year with the Jets. None.
Yeah.
He was like incredible. He was so good. The numbers show, holy cow, this guy has Aaron Rodgers at quarterback and Mike Williams at receiver. You're going to have to spread the defense out. Hall is a filthy talent. I'm just telling you, look at him make guys miss. Bye. See you later. He's so fast and tough. Look at this. Breece Lightning is such a good nickname. I forget who gave it to him. It was, I think,
nice.
a New York announcer.
Yeah.
But it was in the Denver game. He went like 77 yards for a touchdown. I love watching him.
Yeah.
I'm bullish on Breece Hall, but then again, I'm bullish on the Jets.
I know you are. I have a hard time, really hard time putting a lot of faith into this team when you have a leader, Aaron Rodgers, who is not leading by example.
Where is he right now, Alex?
Nobody knows still. That's the thing.
Been a week.
Your leader, who's supposed to lead this team, was not at mandatory minicamps. And I know Saleh and a couple players said it wasn't a big deal, but you know that there are a handful of players in that locker room going, if our leader's not here, well, what does that mean? What does all this mean to us? Like, okay, if you're going to be at all the OTAs and other off-season practices, why aren't you at the mandatory mini camp when you know that you're supposed to be here? And again, Julian Edelman was on your show last week, and he had a really interesting take. He said, you can't win games in the offseason, but you can lose them in the offseason. And if the Jets and Aaron Rodgers don't have a strong start to the season, this is going to be a big reason they're going to pull from and be like, well, you weren't there. You didn't get all the time that you needed with your team. You didn't have that bonding time. Everyone didn't believe in everything that you were doing to bring everyone together. Because there is. If your boss or your captain decides not to show up to something, that's like okay, they're not giving 120% caring as I am here right now. There's going to be a little pit in your stomach about
now
it.
listen, he goes out and Rodgers throws 4 touchdowns and beats the Niners in week 1. It's all forgotten.
No one's going to forget about it. But yeah, you're facing the 49ers in San Francisco, Monday Night Football week 1.
Not great.
Then at Titans, then versus the Patriots for Thursday Night Football, and then versus the Broncos. If you lose any of those 3, Titans, Patriots, or Broncos,
yeah, not great.
you're going to get a lot of flack considering that you're favored in 14 of your 17 games.
Yeah.
6 primetime games this season. Like, there are high expectations for a man who's only played 4 snaps with this team.
I know we're not going to do Rodgers in the show. Don't worry, people. We're not doing any more Rodgers. I just have to ask, like, it's been a week. Alex, listen, we're in the social media age.
Yeah.
Everybody has their phones out recording nonsense.